I don't know what Hatman's doing here. But this guy, everything he touches, he poisons. He's in there.
Was? In dieser Tür oder was?
Wait here, partner. This is between him and I.
James, what a pleasure. What do you think of our plans?
Better than your paintings.
Better? This is a paradise.
Paradise always has a serpent. I don't see any windows high enough for you to throw someone out of. But I know how you operate, Marlon.
You're behind the times, James.
If you're about to say you've changed, save it. No one has that much time.
You think I killed Marie, but I didn't. She was sick. I brought her to a healer here in Garden, but she couldn't help. Marie died, and I fell low, James. But God called me. He lifted me up. He gave me paradise. This garden, this town.
You're dreaming, Marlon.
I've never been more awake.
It's quite a trick you've pulled, I'll give you that.
This is no trick.
God never jokes. Is that it?
Daniel White killed Frank Markey. He is your murderer.
Then you framed that poor kid. God had nothing to do with it.
I understand your doubts, James, but I've been forgiven.
This is insane. When did you start talking like this?
The day I arrived here, in Garden. It took me a long time, but I finally found it. I've nothing to hide.
Really? Then you won't mind if we take a little look around.
No, Detective. Though I don't need to call you that, because you're not actually on duty, are you, James? But feel free. I'll be outside tending the lilies.
Tja, alles, was wir eigentlich sammeln, darf nicht verwertet werden, ne? Aber hat nichts zu verbergen, ist klar. Ist recht. Alter.
It's a drawer full of nuts and bolts. I could be wrong, but unless the crime van's missing a screw, I don't think it's going to be much use to us. It looks like irrigation equipment. The kind you build automatic systems with. Could that be what I think it is? Get it to the van, partner. Hammond may have not been holding a weapon, but you better believe he was there, even if White didn't see him. We need something to link him to the chapel. Footprints, chemicals, tools, anything that may have come from there to here in the last 48 hours. I'm counting on you, partner.
Und er lässt mich wieder allein. Er ist weg. Und ich bin wieder allein. Okay.
Scour this room, partner. Every piece of evidence you find is important, no matter how small. He didn't swing the weapon, but Hammond's behind this. Why did he want Marquis dead anyway? We've got to figure this out. Tools of the trade. I'm not sure what they can tell us, though. Good idea, partner. Look carefully at any documents you find. Hatman doesn't do anything by accident.
Okay, das muss auch noch scannen. Ah.
Partner, I just want to thank you for putting yourself on the line here. I don't expect you to agree with everything I'm doing, but Hatman's lying. He might believe his own crap, but I don't. I'm gonna go talk to the priest. Hopefully he can give us some information.
Der Priester müsste doch auch im Knast sein. Der hat doch gesagt, er soll ihn umbringen.
Good day.
Not for Frank Marqueux.
No.
I was hoping we could talk about him.
You're from?
I'm not from the local police. I let myself in.
Of course. I'm sorry, but I don't think you'll discover much from me, Mr.
Davidson.
I don't understand any of it.
Well, it doesn't make much sense, does it? White says God told him to kill Marqueux. He says you told him that. But you didn't, did you?
I don't know. I don't remember, Mr. Davidson.
You don't remember?
No, it's quiet here sometimes. Sometimes I fall asleep.
You think God spoke through you while you slept?
I've felt God, Mr. Davidson. I've talked with him. Doesn't feel like this. When I came back, Marqueux's body.
I'm sorry, Padre. It shouldn't have happened. Not here.
It isn't used much now. A few weddings in the summer. Attendance has dropped these last months.
What was Marqueux doing out here anyway?
I called him.
You called Marqueux?
The clock. It stopped. I was here to check the gardeners.
Hatman.
You know Marlon. He did all he could to help the boy. Gave him his job. He wanted to guide the boy closer to the Lord.
Really?
Yes.
The only thing he's closer to now is 20 to life. I got you some exemplars from the priest. Don't ask me how. Let's just say people don't lock their doors around here.
Das geht doch alles schief, Mensch. Du sammelst doch die Beweise auf ganz böse Weise. Priesterschuhe und Priestertasse.
Ah, the soft heel of the Lord.
Okay, die Schuhe können wir gleich überprüfen. Bewegungsanlagen. Erstmal rüberwischen, damit wir Fingerabdrücke bekommen. Auch in den Bereichen, die sonst nicht benutzt werden. So, hier. Na komm.
These are pieces of watering equipment. I'd say Hatman's been assembling irrigation machinery. Hardly the work of a criminal mastermind, though, is it?
Und etwas schnippisch doch zugleich.
This is a map of the district. I'm not sure what relevance it is, but you and Burton should take a closer look. I don't think this is the These are Hatman's prints. No surprise there.
Na gut, er hat auch da gearbeitet, ne?
Good thought. It's a cog. A very small cog. Almost like
Wahrscheinlich von der
from
Uhr.
a clock.
Ja, die kaputt
From a
ist.
clock? Test it against the clock from the chapel, partner. We have to know if that's where the call came from.
Ach, das hatten wir schon lange nicht mehr.
It's carbonic acid. Common enough stuff. I don't know what Hatman's using it for, but it's not suspicious. In itself.
There's a print there, and DNA. Excellent. So you found evidence connecting White, Marquis, Hatman, and the priest to the chapel. Good work, partner. I know it looks like White's our killer, but remember, Hatman's clever. We've got to look deeper.
Oh ja. So, lassen wir mal gucken. Haben wir denn die Uhr? Wisst ihr, wir haben ihn doch gar nicht gescannt. Nein.
I need you to get to the chapel and get a
Ja,
shot
da,
of that
da
clock.
wollte ich doch hin.
See if it was broken during the fight or not. If it was deliberate, maybe Hatman broke it to lure Marquis out there. Let's go.
Da wollte ich doch hin. Ich wollte doch zur Kapelle.
Get a shot of that clock, partner. Then get to the van, quick.
Keine Ahnung, warum haben sie denn nicht das normale Dach hier benutzt? Hier drin. Ist doch Quatsch hier. Mit dem Ding. Da ist irgendwas da oben.
That painting must have fallen off the wall during the fight. This organ's seen better days. It's also seen a murder. Maybe it can tell us something.
So. Dann analysieren wir das mal.
That's a nice shot.
Okay, das ist jetzt erstmal normal.
That's a nice shot. But it's not evidence.
Analysieren Sie mal, ja.
It's a clock. And it's stopped. Maybe it got knocked in the fight.
No. The priest said he called Marquis out to fix it, but Marquis never got the chance. Go to your evidence folder, partner. Finish what he started.
Ah, hier ist absoluter Crime-Abend. So, mit, wo ist die Uhr jetzt? Hat hier jemand eine Uhr? Achso, vielleicht sollte ich sie erstmal raufpacken.
Good idea, partner. That could be from the clock. But we won't know until we analyze it.
Genau, da wollte ich ja mal... Das wird nicht passen, aber trotzdem probieren wir es mal.
Those were the priest's footprints you found outside the confession booth. Did he really tell White to kill Marquis? He's certainly been in there recently. Burton thinks the clock may have been broken deliberately. Its mechanism is fairly common, so I found you the blueprints. If you deconstruct it and match the parts to the diagram, maybe we can figure out what made it stop.
Hätte ich vorher sagen können.
So there's a cog missing from the clock. Well, let's think about this. If it happened during the fight, well, the clock would be more damaged. So someone must have removed the cog deliberately. Could it have been Marcu?
Tja.
Ah, senor. We were just talking about you.
Sucking up to the law, Marlon?
I told the sheriff we were old friends.
You sure you want him knowing about that?
When a man changes, James, the past should be good enough to stay in the past.
A past like yours never stays put. My partner found a cog in your shed. Came from the chapel clock.
Oh, that. I found that in a flower bed at the chapel.
You broke that clock to get Marcu out there.
It was in the dirt. I was just doing my job.
You're no God's servant, Marlon. And you are no gardener.
Is it so incredible a change, James? After all, gardening isn't very different from war. All you have to know is which button to push.
Marlon, you were at that chapel. You knew everything that was going on.
Oh, you think an awful lot of me, James.
You lured Marcu out there. You somehow brainwashed that kid into killing him. Why?
Look at me. Can't you see I've changed? Can't you move on too, James?
I will. Once you're locked up.
You tried that once already, remember? Let it go, James.
Never.
Ah,
We can't be sure Hatman broke that clock.
das
Think
stimmt.
about it, partner. All he had to do was wait for the kid to go to confession. Then he knocked the priest out somehow. It couldn't have been too difficult. Hatman knew White would believe anything if it came from God. So he took the priest's place and told White a story. He must have known Marquis was on his way. I wonder why he wanted him dead. He just waited until everything was in place, then let White do the job for him. Hey, don't look at me like that.
Was?
It's just a hypothesis.
Huh? Okay, wir müssen weiter scannen.
Looks like fertilizer. Could be evidence. Analysis will tell us more. Looks like a print from a boot or a work shoe. See what it can tell you in the van. Yep, it's a trowel.
Nicht wirklich jeder hier.
It's strange to think of Hatman tending these seedlings. I wouldn't have picked him as having a green thumb. But he's clever. He picks things up quick. A refreshing cup of cactus, anyone?
TNT. Ich wäre schon längst weiter, wenn du nicht mal stören
So
würdest.
sure of himself. Thinks he's got every angle covered. Unless you want to see somebody else covered in a sheet, I suggest you search this place from top to bottom. You know the drill, partner. Start with prints and DNA. Anything they've touched. Let's hope trace evidence can shed some light on what Hatman's been up to. Hatman was planning something, it makes sense he did it from here. And my guess is he won't have been expecting us. There should be plans, notes, something. He's not the spontaneous type. Let's see what he's been doing. Other than gardening.
Tschüss.
Great. Hammond's got explosives. That's just perfect.
Hier haben sie auch ein Dach eingebaut. Hä? War es bei den anderen Teilen auch so und bist es bloß hier aufgefallen?
You're going to have...
Nö. Nö. Ah, okay. Gut, beweist nichts.
This print's messy, but you should be able to do a rough comparison with others you've found. There's traces of pollen, too, which could help us.
Mhm.
Yep, it's dynamite. I checked the system, and Hatman actually has a license to buy this. Under uses, he put stump removal. I suppose it could be true. I don't see how that's going to help us solve it. Good thought, but I don't think that's going to help us.
So, Fußabdruck mit Fußabdruck.
I'd say there's a high chance these came from the same shoe. But the print from the shed is messy, so it's hard to be sure.
Hm. Wo war denn der... Ah. Ach, ist sowieso nichts. Okay. Gut, wir müssen weiter. Scanny, scanny. Wir haben hier den ganzen Raum noch nicht ordnungsgemäß abgesucht. Na komm. So.
Yep, it's compost. You never know what's going to be useful, though. Keep it up, partner. Pollen's a good way of tracking people. Every flower is different. Get shots of the flowers. They could help us figure this thing out. These miniature succulents should grow well in this climate. At least Happen knows something about planting. If in doubt, check the trash.
Oh, da ist was drin. Och, ich muss mal wieder aufladen.
So there was something in the trash.
Mhm. CHCl3, nee, was war das hier? Da, CHCl3, da unten.
I don't see how that's going to help us solve this case.
Zu kompliziert.
These are a very healthy example of shield lilies. Some people associate them with death, but they're just a flower, really.
Okay. Ey, ich klicke wahrscheinlich immer zu schnell weg hier. Diagramme.
It's a diagram showing a water treatment system. Hapman's marked the end stage for some reason. I wonder why he's interested in water treatment. You're going to have to keep looking. This won't help us.
So it's kerosene. I wonder what Hapman's been burning.
Tja, Leichen.
Someone threw these away, but they're interesting. Actually, they're very interesting. The molecule on this paper is chloroform, a very strong sedative. It's not impossible that a gardener would dissolve pesticides in it, but you have to wonder. That's not it. The pollens are too different.
Hortensia.
So the pollen you found in that footprint came from these hydrangeas. That narrows things down.
Okay, lässt sich nichts verbinden derzeitig. Und wieder zurück.
I thought I saw something on the wall.
Oh, bitte
About the
nicht.
flowers.
Bitte nicht. Es geht schon wieder los. Jetzt habe ich rechte Maustaste gedrückt. Ich glaube, es geht schon wieder los. Da, 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 da. Rest in peace. Die wollen nicht, dass wir den Fall lösen. Wir sind halt zu klug, ne? KLUK.
I thought I saw something on the wall. Above the flowers.
Ja, ach hier, das da.
It's a quote from the Bible. I don't buy Hapman's born-again crap, though. People like him don't change. They just get more like themselves.
Ach so, die ändern sich nicht, sondern die werden nur wie sie selbst. Okay, ja.
It's a pile of rope. Are we looking for a murderer or a cowboy?
Dann
It's
Sheriff
always
haben wir
worth
schon.
analyzing footwear. And those boots look like they've been places. That's Glissando saturnalia. Very rare. But not the flower we're looking for. It doesn't have pollen.
Das ist nicht die Pflanze, die du suchst.
Well, that looks toxic.
So, ich guck mal. Hä? Hä? Ach, hier nicht, oder was? Jetzt geht I nicht mehr. Weil ich keine Punkte mehr habe, wa?
I don't think this is the evidence you're looking for. That's John 3:16. It's about faith and sacrifice. I don't think this... It's a fluoride-based solution. Maybe he was using it to kill mold, but there's much simpler ways to do that. Like bleach. This is odd.
Schwitz oder was?
So that's White's DNA. These are his boots. Good. Now we'll know if we find his prints. White's boot matches that print, the one from the chapel. White's boot is a match with that print. Good work, partner. Now we know which of the prints you found are White's, and we know where the pollen came from. We're getting closer.
Okay, das ist gut. Aber wo muss ich hin? Boah. Hier vorne hin? Okay. Da unten liegt was. Sehe ich jetzt erst. Ein Abdruck.
We need to figure out who the footprints in the chapel belong to. These may be able to help us.
Okay. Das ist der Priester, pass auf. Oder der Cowboy. Sieht mir nach einem Tonschuh oder so ein Sneaker aus hier. Okay, wir wissen nicht, wer es ist. Hä? Was ist das? Was ist das? Aha. Say hello to my little friend.
Looks like a handprint. Good find, partner. That's good, partner. You found trace evidence from Hammond and White. We're that much closer to knowing everything about this place. Keep up the search, partner. I'm heading.
Mit einem Rad. Oder ein schlecht eingestellter Sattel. Wer ist sie denn? Ah, die Katzenlady ist das.
Hello, Detective.
Word travels fast.
When it has to. Bottled water, please.
You're Georgia Flavin, aren't you? I read you were out here.
It's a place to work in peace. I paint, do a little healing when I can.
I like your paintings.
Thank you. They say you know Marlon Hapman.
They?
They. He's not what he seems, is he?
What gave you that idea?
He came to me with a woman. She was sick. He thought there was something I could do. I'm an artist, not a god. I know how it sounds, Detective, but his aura was dark, and I don't trust him.
He seems to think this place is pretty special.
Towns, cities, campfires. It's all just people trying to survive, look after their families.
Well, you've got Hatman looking after you now.
Someone has to, Detective. He's made good work of the gardens. He's got the touch. Now Marquis gone, I hear he's going to run the reservoir, too. But people don't just turn up in a place like this, make a new life, without a very good reason, I can assure you of that. Makes me curious why he... Detective?
Reservoir.
Ist aber jetzt
It's a
unhöflich.
photo of Marie Zimmer, Hatman's ex-girlfriend. She's less alive than she used to be, and I'll bet he's the reason why. We've got to stop him, partner. He cannot be allowed to kill again. That map you found in Hatman's shed showed the reservoir too. We need to take a close look at it. I feel like we're on the cusp.
Wir nehmen mal Fingerabdrücke im Sand.
Those are White's prints. He's been busy in here.
Mhm. Ball.
I don't see how that's going to help us solve this case.
Ich auch nicht.
A small rubber ball. Are we looking for a killer or a chew toy? What's that doing there? A rubber ball? I know Hatman's supposed to be playful, but this is just silly.
Achso, zeigen Sie Burton, wo das Reservoir ist. Da. Das ist die Stadt.
That's the reservoir, where the town gets its water. Marquis used to be in charge of it. Marquis ran it. I think it's about time I paid it.
Wenn er alles vergiften will, um die Stadt tot zu machen. Alter, der hat keine Zeit, guck mal. Hey. Jan Ulrich. Aber das mit dem Fuß ist wirklich so. Guck mal, ist immer noch mit der Hosensohle.
I found something at the reservoir. It's not part of the original equipment.
Das
Someone's
weiß er.
added it in recently. I don't have to tell you who, do I? I've sent it through to the van.
Burton found a device at the reservoir. It's some kind of a delivery system. There was a residue inside it, so I'll run some tests. but they'll
Gift
take a few
oder
minutes.
Halluzinogene.
In the meantime, I took it apart. And it's funny. It's made from watering equipment.
Ach,
We've got no way of pinning this on Hapman yet, but if you can find these parts and then build this device, it'll go a long way towards convincing a jury that he made it.
Anya's doing tests, but see what you can do with that device in the evidence folder, partner. The device from the reservoir was made from watering equipment? Happened. He's incredible.
All right, let's look at this.
Burton hat ein seltsames Gerät fotografiert, das an die Wasserversorgung der Stadt angeschlossen war. Beweise, dass Hapman dahinter steht, indem du unter Verwendung der im Gartenhaus gefundenen Bewässerungsgeräte ein zweites solches Gerät konstruierst. Ziehe die hervorgehenden und Teile auf den Tisch. Durch Rechtsklick kannst du die Teile drehen. Hauptsache es schnappert. Okay. Das wird kompliziert. Kann ich gar nicht auswählen. Ah, es scheint zu schnappern. Wenn es richtig ist, schnappert's.
Nice work, partner. I knew Hapman was using gardening as a cover for his activities. Let's see what Anya has to say about it.
Oh, analysis of the substance came back.
Halluzinogene Sachen.
The residue, it's like, well, Prozac. If you made Prozac in a bathtub. Very
Das
rough,
ist doch,
but very concentrated. If you wanted to feed it into a water supply, you'd need some sort of a delivery system. Which is exactly what that is.
Prozac ist doch Leck mich am Arsch Tabletten hier, ne?
I'm going to find the sheriff. There's no way he can ignore this.
Der steckt mit drin, der Sheriff.
Still in town.
I've been at the lake.
Oh, the reservoir. Yeah, it's a nice spot, Mr. Burton. I spoke to your captain. She says you're on vacation. Is this how you relax?
Do I look relaxed?
Not really. Why is that?
Marlon Hapman.
Is that so?
I found drug residues in the water.
Yeah. I heard about that.
What?
Yeah, I saw it on TV, I think. You know, so many people out east on meds, it's getting in the water.
That's not what I mean.
More coffee, huh?
He's drugging the entire town. He's keeping people sedated.
Keep your voice down. This ain't some dumb cop show. I was joking.
Oh, I'm not. This wasn't his first murder inquiry.
And what happened last time?
He got off.
Let me guess, lack of evidence.
I got evidence.
Mark Hugh was up there fiddling all the time. How do you know it wasn't him?
Look at this. This shouldn't be there.
Look at what? I could have you up for interference or exceeding jurisdiction if I took this seriously, but I don't. So why don't you take your vacation?
He's drugging the entire town. You people are so doped up, you don't even...
Come with me, Mr. Burton. This has gone far enough, don't you think? You're not being objective. Marlon Hatman has only done good for this town. So forget about this, it's over. Get on with your vacation. You need a vacation.
Where's my bike?